All right, everybody, welcome to Rubicon's Basement. We got a late night, what's today, Monday night battle with my son. We haven't played in a long time, and late night showdown, he calls it. So here's what we did. 2,400 points, and let's just go over the terrain real quick, because I'm playing my Empire army, and here's what we did. We rolled up 9 pieces of terrain, so here's what I did. I put down a hill, thinking I could put a cannon on it, and he puts down, for his piece, he puts down an outhouse. And then on the other side of the board, I put down another hill, way over there, and then back on the other hill, he puts down the son of a gun, this big chair. We call it the Ogre chair. So now I can't have enough room up there for my cannons. So then I put down something else. Meantime, he's putting down a wall, and then he puts down another wall right next to it on his turn. And then, like I said, over here, I put down this hill, and then he puts down these things and says, guess what? These are impassable. So I can't, if I got that side, I don't get the hill on that side. So I kind of gave up, and I just put down some impassable obstacles. I put down this that's impassable, and I put the graveyard down that's impassable. So with that being said, let's go over his army list. He actually does have 20 lead belchers, right?
20 lead belchers with a champion.
With a champion. No musician, just 20 lead belchers. And then we come over to here, and he has, look at this unit is so ridiculously big that we threw down the old Empire army book, and he practically covers the whole darn army book. But you have 20
ogres with crusher, standard bearer, and musician with 2 butchers and a tyrant.
Okay, so 2 butchers. We're using that guy there to represent a butcher. That guy is going to be the tyrant. That guy is going to be the second butcher. And you said there's 2 butchers, the tyrant, and unit standard, right? Unit standard. Okay, not a BSB. And then over here, 4 Mornfang with champion. What they call some kind of bolt.
He has the crushers, and they have great weapons and heavy armor.
Oh, geez.
And a standard bearer.
So he took great weapons with those guys. So
and these guys have an extra hand weapon.
Oh, extra hand weapon for those guys. And then facing, so he's only got 3 drops.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So facing this tide of ogre flesh, on my side, I have the Empire build that I've been doing lately. I have the cannon there. I have 10 spearmen with a detachment of 5 spearmen with a detachment of 5 crossbowmen. I have detachment of 5 spearmen that go along with this parent unit of 5 spearmen with this unit of 5 crossbowmen as a detachment. I have a level 1 fire mage up there. I have my other cannon. I have the steam tank. And over here I have the Luminarch. I have the Hurricanum. I have 2 units of 5 with musician, just regular knights. And then here I have my bus that has all my characters in it. I have 8 knights of the inner circle, and I have my general in there, my BSB in there, and my warrior priest in there, and my level 4 on life is in there. And I did get dwellers below, so that could be good. We have not rolled for first turn. It's getting kind of late, so we're hoping that we can get through at least a couple turns of this. And so we'll get back after we figure out who rolls for first turn, and after that first turn movement. And we'll center it on the graveyard, because there'll be much carnage. Okay, so centering here on the cemetery, you can see what he did is he moved up just 6 inches, because he wanted to be in range of my cannon. So, and of course he won first turn. So the Mornfang just come flying up the board, just way up there, and then these guys following right behind. So they're all their way up to there already. So we're on to movement, and then we got magic. So we'll be right back. So in the magic phase, rolled up 7 dice. I got 4 to dispel. He tried to cast 2d6 strength 2 on the crossbowmen, and I rolled to dispel. Then he cast another spell that caused crossbowmen to have panic, and I let it go through, but it made my panic check. And then you tried to cast, what was the last one? +1 toughness for the unit.
Yeah.
He had 2 dice. I had, on that unit there, he had 2 dice. I had 2 dice, and he rolled a 13 or 12 or whatever, and I rolled a little bit 2 dice higher. So that's movement, that's magic, and we are on to the dreaded shooting phase. We'll see what part of my army gets deleted this phase. Okay, so the lead belters are opening up. He's rolling. He got what, 61 hits? 61 hits. So he's rolling a batch of 30 dice. If that doesn't look like a handful of candy, I don't know what it is. But he's got to roll that twice, and those are small dice too. Because this is the fun of rolling dice when you're playing ogre lead belters and that big of a unit. So you need fives.
All right.
We'll get back after all this. So after the bucket's full of dice, he did do enough wounds, more than enough wounds to kill the cannon. Did 6 wounds to the cannon, which then panicked that detachment. So they are fleeing and actually have run off the board. So that is it for ogre movement magic shooting. There is no hand-to-hand. So Empire turn 1 coming up. Okay, Empire's movement phase. I don't know what I'm doing. I was going to try to redirect the Mournfang with the little detachment of 5 spearmen, but no matter how I moved him forward, he can still wheel around and kill the cannon, so that's not going to help. So ultimately I just wound up moving them back. I'm hoping to do at least kill one Mournfang, and then Mournfang, sorry, Mournfang. It's getting late. One Mournfang, and make him fail that panic test would be sweet. My fire mage stay there because maybe I can cast a spell on him and take out that Mournfang. Steam tank trundled up, went 12. The Luminarch moved up. Hurricane moved up. These 2 units of 5 knights moved up. And then these guys just shuffled backwards a little bit. And that's it. So we're on to magic. So magic phase, I rolled up boxcars essentially. So I had 6 dice to his, or 12 dice to his 6. I went for Flesh to Stone on, Throne of Vines on 3 dice. He dispelled it. Then I went Flesh to Stone on these guys and got it. And then I went 6 dice on 3 dice 6 fireball against those guys. And I did 6 wounds, and he armor saved 4 of them. I just couldn't sneak that other one through.
And then he shot me, and I saved all 4
Yeah,
of those.
and then we skipped shooting phase a little bit. So we'll get into some of that. But I shot 5 of these guys into there, did 2 wounds. So he's got 2 4-ups to make, and he made them both.
5.
I forgot to roll for the boiler for the steam tank, and I rolled a misfire, but it was one of those things where you gain a wound, gain a steam point, gain a wound. So I rolled a 1 and gained a steam point, but I also lost a wound. So he's there. I haven't shot the cannon for that yet, and I haven't shot the cannon for that yet. So my only hope is to plop one of those Mournfang, kill it, and make them panic. So we'll see what happens. We'll get back with these other 2 shootings here. So my Empire need to go back to artillery school. Can you believe it? I rolled for the cannon over here, and yup, there it is. Misfire. Can you believe it? Haven't seen what happens to that, but hey, you know what? So long as we're on film, let's see what happens to the steam tank. Going 10 inches from the back of that thing, or 8 inches as far as I can, but let's just see. Real life? Oh, no, I roll a 10, so you know what that means. I'm going to overshoot them anyways. But anyway, so we have to see what happens to my my cannon over there. So, of course, in this instance, I rolled the best possible thing. I rolled a 5, so I just can't shoot this turn, but it's going to be gone anyways. So, there you have it. So, we're on to Ogre Kingdoms, turn 2. Okay, so, yep, Mournfang did make it into the cannon, and I'm not really sure how we're supposed to maximize this or not, but I know the cannon is dead. But we're trying to put as many Mournfang on that cannon as possible and maybe be able to clip the crossbowman. But he's probably going to want to reform anyways. These guys tried a long charge. They needed an 11. He rolled a 9. And these guys just moved up enough to take some cover behind this rock because he was afraid of these guys getting in their flank. So movement, we are into Ogre Magic. Ogre Magic 2. Okay, so I forgot on my miscast that I had before, I rolled number 8, so that wizard took a wound, and my life wizard over here also took a wound. And then he rolled, I don't remember all your spells off. What'd you get for the Mournfang over there? Cards down there, Toothcracker on the Mournfang, and then he wants to cast that maul so bad, and you failed to cast the maul, but then you did cast some spell over here.
Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Magic Missile.
Yeah. And the wizard, irresistibly, and put a wound on, strength 6 hit on all of his magic users. On 1, he did not wound because he's tough 5, and the other one he wounded once, and my level 1 fire is dead. So that's movement magic. We're on to Ogre shooting. Holy steam tank.
First roll would have been like 87.
So he rolls 20 dice to see how many shots are fired. And 3 times in a row, he's pulling out 4, 5s, and 6s. But he's got to roll 20 dice and count the pips on the dice. So this time, after dots, pips. So this time he actually counts up the dots on the dice. And out of 20 dice, he got a total of what, 70 what? 74?
74.
74 shots. So now he needs 74 dice.
Really?
Batches of 25. Okay, we'll get back. Okay, so what was it? 74 shots. You did 39 hits. You did 7 wounds.
Not 7.
Yeah, 7 wounds, and I armor saved all of them but 2.
Oh, yeah.
So you did, after all that shooting, you did 2 wounds to the steam tank. So that's how that's it. Hand to hand. And this is where he's going to delete the cannon. Woo! Yeah, there's not much surprise over there. Impact alone killed. 3 Mornfang, impact alone just deleted the unit. You rolled like what?
2 6s, 2 5s.
Yeah, lots of impact hits. So that's it for Ogre 2. We'll do Empire 2 in a minute here. So on Empire movement of turn 2, I moved the sacrificial detachment up to take that charge, redirect, slow them down. Crosswomen stayed there, hoping I can pick off 1 wound, cause a panic test, and make them go. These guys all moved back on the line. Steam tank did its thing, got into those guys. I put my level 4 with this unit in close enough to maybe regrow some of the wounds back on the steam tank. Luminarch moved up, Hurricana moved up, and these guys are swinging around the back. So hopefully something good will happen. And on to Empire Magic. So with the life attribute, I did 3 dice on Throne. He dispelled it. Then I did 2 dice on... No, I did 3 dice on Throne, and he failed to dispel. So I put the wound that was on my level 4 back, so he's got no wounds. And then I cast Earthblood, or did I try to cast Flush to Stone? Flush to Stone on the steam tank, and he dispelled with dice. And then I cast Earthblood on this unit here, and it went off. And I restored 1 wound back on the steam tank, so he's up to 2 wounds now instead of the 3. Movement magic shooting. Alright, Crosswoman is the only shooting I have. And we need to do 1 wound to force a panic test. Oh, 5 shots, close range. I hit 3, wounded once, and he makes his 4 up, because those guys actually are having great weapons this game. So movement magic shooting, hand to hand, and we'll do this steam tank. See, this is the reason why I hate this steam tank. So it's die 6 plus 3 die 3. I roll a 1 for the impact hits on the die 6. I roll a 1, a 2, and a 3. So in total, I do 5 impact hits with the steam tank, of which one of those dice was a 1. I do 4 stinking wounds to that unit there. Now I know a lot of you out there saying, but the steam tank's going to hold that unit up, and you'll see, you'll be fine. But I don't know. We'll see. So that's enough to kill a guy and put a wound on another, and then of course he's gonna get to strike back. Yeah, so I did the 4 wounds and then unleashed the breath weapon, strength 2. I did 2 more wounds with that, but of course he's got a 6-up armor save and he saves 1 of them, so enough to kill 1 ogre. Did 5 wounds total, 1 ogre, and 1 guy with 2 wounds left, or 2 wounds on him. 5 wounds total. So we will come back. This is it for the night. For you, it will be no time at all. For us, it will be the next day. And so we'll get back to Ogre Kingdom's turn 3 tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, we're back just like that. And now it is Tuesday night. So we're beginning Ogre turn 3. And he charged his big unit of ogres into the spearmen I held. And he charged the Mornfang. They were on the side, but when we looked at it, it was a front charge. And so they charged them. And that's all his movement, because that's all his unit. So we are on to Magic. Okay, so Magic Face. He rolls up 11 dice and doesn't channel. And I have...
10 dice.
10 dice? Yeah, that's right, 10. And I have 5. But you cast the 2 dice... You cast the panic test 1 on the detachment.
Brain Gobbler.
Yeah, and they failed, so they skedaddled. And then you cast the 2 die 6 strength 2 hits.
Magic Missile.
Magic Missile on that unit there, and
geez, you rolled 11 for the hits, didn't you? And then you rolled, what, like 4 or 5 hits?
Yeah,
Wounds,
4.
rather. And then I have a 6-up save, and I saved 2 of them, so no panic test for them. And then over here, you cast the spell that gives,
Toothcracker.
the Toothcracker that gives them +1 toughness, or
Yeah.
strength. Strength, I think it was.
No, it's toughness.
It's tough. That's right, it's toughness. But anyways, he rolled his maw chart and recovered his wound. That's the important thing from this phase. So we are on to hand-to-hand, and the detachment's not long for this world. Nor are the crossbowmen. We'll get back. Okay, predictably, over here, all 5 detachment guys, spearmen, died from impact hits alone. And then the Mournfang came in, and predictably, impact hits alone took care of the crossbowmen, but they passed their panic test. Ogres over here failed their fear test, and Bryce thought he had to run away. He rolled a 12, or what was it, 11 for your...
12.
He thought he had to roll a leadership test, so he thought he was running away from me, but I was like, no, you're okay. He's like, whew! So anyway, so they were afraid, but he still wound up putting a wound on the steam tank. So we are on to Empire turn 3. I do have some troops, folks. Look at them. There they are. They want to get in the battle.
No, they don't. They just want to go back.
Oh, my lord.
Eat some.
Okay, so we move the spearmen up so that the ogres can't fit through the gap. And that'll be a front charge. He'll have to hit me in the front. And I move those spearmen up to hold off the Mournfang one more time. The horses, or the knights, strength 5 knights, came around the flank. And now they're be able to see the rear. So we're going to try to get a rear charge on my turn 4. These knights moved up. The level 4 came out. The Luminarch moved up, or back a little bit, because it's got 36-inch range. And then that Huracanum moved up just a bit to maybe give +1 to these guys when they charge. But we shall see. We'll get back after magic. I should just leave the tape going. So I go, okay, magic phase. I need a big magic phase. What?
Nobody's gonna believe you, though.
It's true. I know, but it's what happened. Double ones. Okay.
Watch me have more dice than you. Well, watch me get both my chin.
I don't know. I thought I'd be successful at this with 2 power dice. I thought, well, I'm going to cast the Luminarch. I've never cast the Luminarch's thing. It's only a 4. I need a 4. I rolled a 2 and a 1. It would be a straight up dispel. You only had 1 dice to dispel anyways. So I probably...
I would have got 5.
He would have got it anyways if I would have rolled just the casting value. But I didn't. So magic is over. Movement magic. Shooting. There is none. So we're on to Empire turn 3. Hand to hand, which I don't even get to play in because... Oh no, I have 2 steam points. Alright, we'll get back. So Empire steam tank rolled up a whopping 3 for its 2 die 3 impact hits, but I did put 2 wounds out of the 3 on him, and he swung back at me and did 1 hit, but I made the armor save, or 1 wound. Oh, and now we got that. He's on my side. I need it. He's on my side. He's on my side. I was just taking a shortcut to get to the scenery. Yeah, sure. Jump over there and not get. There we go. Okay, so on to Ogre turn 4. So yeah, ogres make the charge here. I stick, make the charge there. Allow me to roll leadership test for these spearmen. They make it, and the other spearmen, my phone's ringing. They're not afraid, but they will soon die. Hold on. Okay, so magic phase was relatively uneventful. You got the +1 toughness off on them. I let it go. And then he tried to panic these guys, and I rolled to dispel, and everything else was kind of moot. But these 2 units are going to get chewed up now. So we will get back after movement magic. No shooting. So we're going to hand-to-hand. Here we go. That unit, if I don't break the lead belters on my turn 4 charge, I'm in deep doo-doo. So here we go. They deleted the spearmen on the charge. These guys, he rolled up 8 impact hits against 8 spearmen, and I thought, how awesome would it be if he rolled just 1-1 so that last spearman could poke that last one on the end, take his last wound off. But no, out of 8 dice, he rolled 0 1s. So those are going to be my new dice now. What we call them? Lemon heads? Warhead dice? We call them that?
Warhead dice.
Alright, so he rolled up his attacks on the steam tank, ultimately got 2 wounds.
Well,
but, what's that?
I don't want you to use these dice.
Well, when I go play somewhere else, I'll have to use them.
Infected with
They'll get
bad rolling.
infected with my bad rolling. Okay. So rolled up 2 wounds, and I made both saves. So here we are. We're sitting here. Empire turn 4.
and we're going to have some charges here, and if I don't bust up that unit, I'm in trouble. We'll get back. Okay, Empire turn 4. We charged the big Knight bus in there, Inner Circle Knights, with the BSB, the General, the Warrior Priest. We charged both units of 2 units of 5 small Knights in the rear, and we charged, that's it. And then level 4 is there, Luminarch there, Hurricanum there, facing off against all this. We measured this distance between the Ogre unit and my Knights. It's a 16, so you'd have to roll a 10 on 2 dice, but it would be a flank charge at this point anyway, so maybe I get 2 turns. I don't know, we'll see. And then over here, still looking like that. So in Magic Phase, I got Thrown Up, which healed the Steam Tank, and then I cast Dwellers at this unit. And yeah, you can see how many guys are in there. I only killed 3 models. He rolled out of 20 plus your characters. I don't even know how many guys are in there. There was like 25 guys or something.
There's 23 of them in there.
23 guys in that unit, and he rolled 23 dice, and I only killed. He only rolled what you need to roll a 5 or 6, right? He rolled 3 out of 23 dice. He rolled 3 5s and 6s. Yeah, but the spell went off, so Steam Tank's only on 1 wound. So we are into the hand-to-hand phase. Okay, trouble for the Ogres. A third of their army's dead. We did the double rear charge with the 2 units of 5 regular Knights. We brought this unit in, and I wound up doing 18 wounds when it was all said and done. And you did 3 back, so he was on 4 back. So he was on double 1s for his break test, because I broke his steadfast, because he did not have more ranks than me. We had the same number of ranks, counting the first one. And so I pursued with everything. And that's where they lined up. And so we are Ogres turn 5. Still has this unit here. And I got the Steam Tank, still only has 1 wound now because of the lower life. And we are Ogres turn 5. We'll get back. So originally Bryce wasn't going to charge. We were just talking about how the lead belchers over there remain, even though he's winning combat against the Steam Tank. We just had the thought that, gee whiz, if he just would have reformed for ranks, went 3 wide, then this Inner Circle Knight with all these characters and stuff wouldn't have been able to do as much damage as they did, because there would only been 3 wide. Ogres would only been 3 wide against the Steam Tank. Might have got a flank charge with the Knights, maybe a turn earlier, but again, he'd still be steadfast on a 7, but still. Anyway, so in his turn, he wasn't aware that the Steam Tank could just turn and hit him, so he decided to charge, and he need a 6 on 2 dice and got it. 3 and a 3, and then the Mornfang moved up over here, so that's movement. And we're going to Ogre Magic turn. Is your turn 5?
Yep.
Turn 5. Okay, so what did you roll? You got 11 dice to cast with?
I got 10 and then a channel.
He got 10, a 5 and a 5, so I had 5. So he wound up with 10 dice plus a channel for 11. And he got all excited. The excitement came when he cast the Maw, and I used my scroll. What? You got a scroll? So that was movement, magic, and shooting, nothing. And we're on to hand-to-hand. So, yeah, let's see if he can open a can of whoop ass. Boy, I should have got this on tape. So he came in with all these impact hits. The 2 guys in the end came in at strength 7 on the impact hits. And then he had his general at strength 8 on the impact hits. And so anyways, he did 2 wounds on impact hits alone. And then he rolled this through terror, and he was afraid of me. So that cut down on the rest of his wounds, because he needed 5s to hit. And my engineer shot back and did nothing. So we're on to Empire turn 5. And I may have 1 glorious charge at the end of this game, and that could be it. So Empire turn 5. Alright, so Magic Phase. I think I'm up on points. We added it up. He's got 2 cannons and 2... He's got like 480 points. And I got his big unit for
60.
860. Yeah, that not reforming that is a killer. But what I did is I moved these 2 units out of the way, because it'll be my turn 6 last, and these guys I swift reform, so I'll be in their flank for a charge there, just because I could just hide from them for the rest of the game, but that would be fun. And let's see if I can maybe panic those guys off the board. I got a Luminarch that can shoot at them, and that guy that maybe can Dwellers them. We'll see what happens. So we are in the Magic Phase. So Magic phase, I finally used the Luminarch for the first time. He actually let it go. He had 2 wounds on a Mornfang already, so I just wounded that one and pulled it past his panic test. And then I thought, what the heck, let's Dwellers. So I Dwellered the unit, and he rolled, would you roll 6 dice or 7 dice, whatever it was, but you rolled 4 ones, a 2 and a 3 or something. So yeah, I cast it, and he rolled perfectly average. He had 3 guys there and lost 1, but had already passed his panic test for that phase. So they're sitting there. So we are on to my turn 5 hand-to-hand, which I don't have any. So he's going to beat the ever-living shit out of my steam tank. He passed his fear test, so we'll see. Popcorn upstairs, anybody? Okay, so now I'm going to hear it from Sustainable Center and Once Bitten and maybe even Malorian about how awesome the steam tank is. So he had all these attacks. Would you have 36 strength 4 attacks?
All these things.
All those guys, 30, and he wasn't afraid this turn. Did 1 wound, and then his Tyrant went. He had 6 attacks at strength 5. I thought he had a magic sword that made him higher strength.
Attacks are made at initiative 10, 2+ armor save, +1 impact hit.
Oh, you didn't give him a magic sword? Oh, so he's strength 5. He didn't do any. Well, he did 2 wounds. I needed 3 ups to save, and I saved them both. So that's he had 6 attacks, like 42 attacks. Did 1 wound. Yeah. So now it's your turn, right? Yeah, it's your turn. Ogre turn 6. No, for some reason I thought that these Mornfang might have a chance to make it into the Luminarch, but they were 22 inches away. He goes 8, leaving 14. Yeah, I can't make that on 2 dice. Best of 3, 2 dice. So we just moved them up as far as they could possibly go. And Ogres, again, you got 36 attacks plus 6 for the Tyrant. Oh, wait, magic.
Oh, yeah.
So we cast the 2d6 strength 2 at this guy, and I dispelled that because I have a feeling he's going to kill that guy. And then he cast the panic test on those knights over there, and I passed with the reroll from the general. And then he finally cast the maw on the big version and clipped those knights, but only killed 1. But you have to roll 2 dice to see what the magical miscast was. Don't roll a 4 or less. A 6?
7.
7?
5 plus 2 is 7.
5. I can't see these damn dice. 7, that can't be bad. Okay, so again, out of 36 attacks, he got no wounds. I didn't even have to armor save him, but then his Tyrant went with 6 attacks and did 3 wounds, and I armor saved 2 of them. So put another wound. Steam tank's at 5 wounds. Empire, turn 6. This is it. We're going to see if we can make these guys panic and get that charge in there. So we'll see. Okay, so just for fun, charge Luminarch in, charge the Hurricanum in, charge my block in, and Steam Tank rolled a 10, which is way more than the wounds, and of course all I can do is grind. I got the Valve Lock, which means you roll a die 3, see what happens, or you roll a die 6, and of course I got the one where I can't grind. So there you go. Thanks, Steam Tank. But we're going to see what we can do with this unit here, and we will get back after magic. Okay, so impact hits from the 2 chariots did wounds. Of course, the Steam Tank doesn't grind anything this turn because it misfired and can't use its engine. General came in. He's strength 5 with hatred, 3 attacks. Did no wounds. Warrior Priest comes in with 2 attacks with strength 4, weapon skill 4, needing 3s to hit, 4s to wound. No wounds. BSB, Captain BSB comes in. He has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because the Warrior Priest and the hatred. He comes in, no wounds. And then the rest of the unit there, they came through and did 6 wounds with their hatred and stuff. And the horses did no wounds to him. And the Tyrant did no wounds to the tank. And so that was pretty much it. He's still steadfast, so what we did is just had him roll if he broke on steadfast, and he didn't. So he sticks. So that's the game. So you lost this. Oh, and this guy didn't panic.
I lost 860 points. That's it.
I Dwellered that. So yeah, so he only lost 860 points, and I lost. All I lost was those 2 cannons and the 2 spearman units with the 2 detachments, which are 2. So I lost. It was all that unit. You lost 800. I lost 480, and that was the game for that. Throne of Vines was a big help because I irresistible a couple spells. But this guy's a beast now because he's got thrown up. He's got Flesh to Stone and Earth Blood on him, so he's an absolute beast. But I think
I think he would have ground me out here eventually, because now my guys are strength 4, but that was turn 6. First game, I finished all the way. Thanks for playing, thanks for watching, and Rubicon is out.
Okay.
Okay, new thing. Can subscribe and like all the videos. Is that what you're at? That's it? Subscribe and like, subscribe and like. Do like that mental like imagery in their brain. Subscribe and like, subscribe and like. So anyways, that's quite a mosh pit we got going on there. But that's the game. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.